Ooh, what is up, everyone? I forgot to move this. Now I need to be very, very careful. Of course, that thought that was going to happen. Froze my camera. Give me a second. There we go. Alive and well. Turn this down to my head. Okay. Pokemon. Wow, would you look at that? We have managed to reach maybe the final stream. What am I forgetting? Okay. So I gotta set up all my tabs and everything in the way that I like it. Forgot to do just a couple things, but okay. Need to get the Elite Four up as a tab. Need to get the rival page up. All right. So, I'm just double checking everything one last time. Got the Elite Four page, rival page, because those are the big fights today at a minimum. Oh, that's the last one I need is Unova region database. Now I just got to double check the encounter list, and I think we're good. Yeah, from what I know, there are 3 more Pokemon I can catch, but I don't know. One of them might just barely be be locked off for me. So I'm trying to double check. I think I know this room, and I think it should be open still. So I know those three. Yeah, looking at it, there are 3 more Pokemon I can catch. I don't think there's any more than that. I guess technically there's maybe 1 Pokemon I missed at some point. But even then, I don't think there is. There's probably like a Farfetch'd or something that like I missed. Like who even cares, you know? I'm just double checking all the routes that I know to have some stuff. Something I will say that I'm a little sad by is it looked like Chatot would be able to become. Oh, I do know the Pokemon I missed. It's Cast Form. I'm like almost positive I can get a Cast Form, but I don't care to get a Cast Form. Because it should be on the should be on Route 7. Or not 7, Route 6. Where Cast Form can be caught. Because of the weather facility, right? I just want to double check this. Yeah. It's possible to get one, but it is a 5% encounter through shaking grass, which is just not worth the time or effort to go through. So we're not going to get Cast Form. Double checking Celestial Tower. There should not be anything. Yeah, we're good. We're good there. Just really want to make sure I'm not like forgetting something obvious. Nothing on Route 16. Maybe I should double check Village Bridge, potentially. Nope, just already got all the Pokemon there. Route 9, maybe. No, I really think I found everything. I think I was thorough enough that, other than Cast Form and the 3 upcoming Pokemon, I guess Reversal Mountain, there was just Skarmory that I could get. Yeah, nothing. Nothing inside I can get. Which I will say does feel weird that there's not... There's some Pokemon that, like, feel like they're single-stage Pokemon, and then you remember... Like Grumpig. Spoink doesn't feel real, man. But, it is real. It's a real Pokemon that you can find and catch if you so desire. Nothing. Nothing through there. Guess I maybe should check, like, Relic Castle encounters. Maybe there's something that I didn't know was in there on one of the lower floors. Nope, we're good there. Yeah, we're good there. Got everything on Route 4. Got everything in the Desert Resort. Don't have a fishing rod, so, like, all the fishing encounters don't exist. Maybe I check Abundant Shrine. What? That's it. That's the other Pokemon I think I might have been forgetting. Potentially is in the Abundant Shrine. Unless... Oh, no. Oh, well, that's sad. That's dumb. That's really stupid. Why remove? It's the only Pokemon of this that they removed from the Abundant Shrine. You used to, in Black and White... I guess there's 2 Pokemon they removed. Oh, there's 3, actually. Okay, I guess it makes more sense. You used to be able to get a Stantler in the Abundant Shrine, and now you can't. That's a little sad. I feel like that's a cool and unique Pokemon. Maybe not cool, but definitely unique. Intimidate normal type with, like, middling to okay bulk. Alright, yeah, I guess there's no point sitting around any longer. Start working up the route. Oh, hey, would you look at that? A Pokemon that I'm totally not going to be catching soon. You two of you are not having the best time as my lead. Probably just best to poison Jellicent. I got rid of Toxic. Well, I'm stalling this guy out. I am not losing a Pokemon to Rain-boosted Hydro Pump. This thing has a ghost move, doesn't it? Do one more safe. Okay. Should be able to go into you and click crunch now. Very roundabout way to kill that Jellicent, but I'm not losing something to stupidity. Especially when I've already been stupid and I've put myself in the position to have... So. Where is... Don't need Rain Dance anymore. Actually, I'm fine with risking... I don't know what my E4 team's gonna be looking like yet, but I think... Actually, I kind of need Skarm for some of the fights on Victory Road. Could be risking you in some fights if needed. Don't want to bring Absol, because that's like my answer to over half the Elite Four. Think I'm fine if I'm risking Emolga. Same with Lunatone. Alright, I think, you know, if this group of Pokemon has a problem and I lose one or two of them, it'll suck, because, you know, Deathless Run will have ended, but I think I'm fine with risking these guys, you know? Alright, I think I'm good with risking these guys. You know, whatever happens, happens type thing. I can't avoid this hiker. Is this a house that heals me? I'm curious. No, it's the flamethrower guy. Sick. Forgot that there's a Moongus on this route. Holy man, these are very high-level Pokemon. There we go. There's one. All right. Good name for sock. I mean, a very small part of me just wants to do Bert and Ernie. So I know it kind of breaks the naming convention slightly, but it's still a kids thing. And I can't forgive myself if I name it anything other than Bert. We already have a Boufflant, so can't catch you. Roar, genuinely, there's a small chance that it's useful for me. Okay. Trying to be very careful not to get into any unintended fights right now. Okay. Victory Road. Gained Waterfall. Shoutouts to my favorite Pokemon Center. I don't know why I'm stocking up on Pokeballs, actually. Genuinely useless. Hone Claws. What's that item? Oh, PP up, that's actually probably useful for me since I don't have like any Lepa berries or anything like that. Start piece, okay. Okay, this was stupid of me. Oh, thank God. Doesn't matter that the Encore ended instead. Oh, I gotta not play stupid, man. That could have been so bad. TMs are all out of whack again. I can reteach Kevin Protect if needed, so. Like, kind of acts like a pseudo Protect for what I'm doing anyways. Crazy damage, man. Dude. Stop burning all my guys. Of course, 2 bulldozers isn't enough. Mammo swine. I forget what mist does. Live. Well, I guess we're risking shit. Holy shit, man. I truly forgot the insanity that is the Route 23 and Victory Road trainers. That so easily could have resulted in a death. Okay. I think we're starting off almost every fight with Ariel, because I don't think I'm using her in the E4 itself. I can soak anything toxic, wish, protect, and then just, like, win any fight. Almost any fight. Okay, I should be faster. I'm not faster, and it's Wonderskin. Dude. The first death of the run. And genuinely high chance for another one. No crits. Please land. Thank you. All right. To that big moon in the sky. Nah. This is what it is. It's the sky. Okay, well, to our fallen soldier, Olga the Lunatone. First, give me back that item. Next. You have done well. Okay. We got inner focus, which is definitely not what we wanted for Bert. Dude, like, I had to take so many. That's the problem, man. It's the freaking. It's this. It's the last area of the game. I'm gonna risk more middling speed Pokemon. Now that I've lost one, I'm a little bit more okay with losing others, so long as my main team stays alive. Whoops, wrong thing. Hey, you're my strength mon for the Elite Four. And then forgot that that's where she stares. Yeah, I would have switched out regardless here. Okay. A Whimsicott I can deal with. Not risking a senseless death. Okay, wouldn't have mattered, but feel fairly confident that Pinsir should be able to beat whatever this guy's running. It's Clefable, yeah. Okay. Okay. I now have my consistent. I gotta end this repel. Because I believe this is one of the other spots I can. Maybe not. Tranquil, I do not think is part of the encounter list for what I need here. And no, it's a later part. So this is not right. Just double checking. Yeah, no, this is not the correct location. So don't need to fight you. Don't want to have to do a double battle. There should be... Could have sworn there was a, It's in the cave, isn't it? If I can avoid the rocky area, I'm going to right now. So I need to first reset this up. Oh, maybe I can't. Yeah, no. Wait, what? It's like a ledge you're meant to be able to jump from. Am I blind? Is there a way and I'm just too stupid to see it? No, there's definitely not. Okay. Yeah, I already fought you, so I don't need to worry about it. Okay. This cave. We didn't go into the forest, so I don't need to look at any of them. Where's this cave on the list? Floor 1 should be floor 2. Floor 2 trainers. Okay, this is definitely the double battle, or the double battle that I can make 2 separate single battles. So this girl should have a Heatmore and a Galvantula. So don't need workup for you anymore. I don't need another thing to set up Toxic. Heatmore, though, I probably want to lead with Ariel. And then when Galv comes in, think you 4 can whittle it down long enough. It's also not the strongest Pokemon. And then I have to always fight the other guy, but I just got Flamethrower, right? I think the other guy, I'm just clicking Flamethrower with Jafar. So probably a good a time as any to get rid of Coil. I'm not really going to be able to set up much with it. So this fight, we're using you, Ariel, and probably Cass. Next fight is Jafar. So against you. Yep, okay, Heatmore Girl. Like Toxic. Use Soak to get rid of Protect. Wish. Then you should die this turn, which lets me get Cass in for free. And then I can just do the same thing. Press Toxic. Okay. Should never lose this 1v1. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Okay, next fight is against a Durant and a Ferrothorn. Choice Scarf, Flamethrower, Jafar should just be able to kill them. Make sure I click Flamethrower. How that's still faster, I don't know. That's insane. Might get barely live and die. Yep. Thank you, Jafar. You did what I needed you to do, though. Another dead Pokemon, though. Very unfortunate. Dude, how is Durant faster? Alright, I need to leave again. Replace Jafar. Whoops. Move Pokemon. Is it time to risk Woody? What's my upcoming fights? Probably not, actually. You don't look awful. Should be... There's a potential double battle I need to worry about. I need to find the fight that actually terrifies me, though. Which should be on Cliffside. It should be part of the Cliffside trainers. You're fine. Can deal with you. Okay, that's what they have. I need to fight Veteran Sterling, not Portia. Probably have to fight both, though, later. Okay. Okay, Ernesto, we're gonna have to start risking you here. So, Cass, probably fine to put you back. It's crazy to have to say this about something that should not be as scary as it is. But I don't know if this is a required fight, and if it is, Corsola might be my best Pokemon right now for a certain fight. I just don't think I can afford throwing it on the team right now. Think I'm fine with risking timeeeee anyways. Oh, I gotta... That's what I'm forgetting. Okay. In case I accidentally walk into this fight. Before I forget. Give you Waterfall now over Aquatail so that I have a consistent stab option. Okay. Normal Gem. I got rid of my strength Pokemon, right? Sure, Kubo, I don't care what moves you have. You're never clicking Swords Dance for me, so... I do not trust myself in a dark room, but if... Don't think I'm clicking Volt Switch often with you right now. Yeah, no, I do not trust a dark room right now. Trying my hardest to avoid fights where I can. Okay. I gotta end my repel, because this should be where I can catch my next encounter. I am gonna do this to make sure I don't die. If it doesn't catch. There we go, we got Ernie now. It's actually a nice pickup. Another normal gem. Normal gem boosted facade is something I should keep in mind, potentially. Anyone need heal? No. Repel. That's why I opened this. This girl. Let me see what she likely has. This would be Cliffside Trainer Carol. Fracture and Vanillix. Fracture, what do you have? Rock Smash Dual Charm. Okay. It's Incinerate, not Ice Beam. Where's Ice Beam? Feel fine getting rid of that. It has Dragon Dance, which is why I don't want to let it possibly set up. So... Yep, Fracture, Ice Beam, Vanillux, going to Aerial. Okay, Acid Armor is fine. Click Toxic. Click Stoke. Wish. Protect. Then always beat it now. Okay. This girl, this is Portia, and she is one of the 2 insanely hard fights that I need to figure out what my plan is for. Because she has a Zebstrika, Sock, and Starmie. And to make matters worse, the Sock has Sturdy, so whatever is dealing with it will have to take 2 hits, which is probably Kevin. But I then need a good switch from Kevin that's able to deal with Starmie. This is a scary, scary freaking team, man. Yeah. There's not like a clear best way to beat this team. There's a way, but I gotta put a lot of things at risk. And from what I know, this is like the way that you have to go to finish Victory Road. So I need to look at my team members. Oh, whoops, you're not in the sky. You in the crib, baby. Okay. Looking at this, Zebstrika. Let me do this. Okay. So, this is the team that we're focused on. That's the team I need to find a way to beat right now. Team below as well, but we're gonna look at this first one as just this first one, you know? Yeah. So, Zebstrika, Stock, Starmie, with the tools that I have. My Chuckle probably doesn't take a lot of damage. So, like, Chuckle... The problem is Chuckle makes the last Pokemon random, and I would like Starmie to be last because it has Natural Cure, and my main plan is to Toxic Stall it with someone like Cass. And the reason why Cass over Alola is I don't know how much Grass Knot will do. I don't think it's that much damage into Alola, but I'm not positive, you know? And I'm trying not to chance anything in this fight. I've already lost 2 tools that would have been really nice to have, potentially, but maybe not really nice, but like could help. The big thing is Sock having Sturdy and Rock Tomb. So looking at Elio for Sock, maybe. Fine if it dies, because it just needs to break Sturdy for me. So I need something that is going to beat Zebstrika, but is likely slower than it, so that when... I think it's gotta be Woody, right? The problem is, does Woody tank potentially 2 flame charges? I don't think so. Could also be Boufflant for the same reason then. Because it should always go for Brick Break then. Sure, yeah, I'm opening myself up to a crit, but I only need Soul Rock to land 1 move, right? It might actually be beneficial to let something go down, thinking about it, right? Because, like, let's say I'm using a Mulga, right? A Mulga brings in Starmie, and then likely is able to 2-shot, if not 1-shot. I just don't know if I want to risk a Mulga like that. Could also still consider Woody, because it's not awful against Army, but I think we use the standard lead. I bring... Skarm could be nice in case the Sock tries setting up with like Roar or something, but that just feels a little too sketch. Okay. Like, the next fight is still hard, but it's a lot easier than this one. If that Sock didn't have Sturdy, this would be a very easy Heracross sweep and then just switch out for the Starmie. But that is not the case. Yeah, I think Solrock's a good call here. I think Cass is my better defensive mon into the Starmie. And then... could always just have Chief Tui as my revenge kill if need. Or if needed, I mean. Alternatively, we do now have Jack, but I just don't think it ever deals enough damage to any of them for it to be worthwhile. Could still consider Ernesto, but it just doesn't deal the damage I need. I should have, yeah, Strength, Surf. Okay, yeah, we're good with that. Could just use Dunsparce as my other backup. I mean, I really don't hate Woody, it's just I'm so slow that it just doesn't feel right to try and run. Could Gastro Acid the sturdy away, hard switch and kill in one shot, but that's still like doing the same thing of like needing to break sturdy in a sense. Hmm. You're more consistent if things go wrong. But I think I might need you for the next fight, and I don't want to accidentally overlevel you. Because I will definitely need you for the rival fight, just in case. I think, yeah, we make it timeeeee. And go to my item list. We grab the specs. Yeah. In terms of items, I think that they might still be a little important. No. Could use one of my normal gems to just one-shot this, whatever it's called, but I think that's a little much. I think I just give Eep a Cherry Berry in case it tries to paralyze with Discharge. Shouldn't go for Stomp, I wouldn't think. And I should always live, so I don't think Pursuit's a problem. So I'm really more worried about paralysis than anything. I do have some citrus berries I still can use. I just don't think it's useful. I do need to level up these guys, though, before I forget. No need for Solar Beam. No need for Explosion. No need for Wonder Room. And then I'm bringing you up to 58 because I'm not using you in the Elite Four. I already know that as like a certainty. I'm giving Elio the Scarf because I just want to make sure it's able to hit that first Psychic no matter what. Because it literally has no other reason to do anything except Psychic and then go down. Especially considering I am a minus special defense nature with Cass. I'm gonna not bring Kevin, actually, thinking about it. There's never a time where I'm able to bring Kevin in. You are Water Absorb. You definitely take more damage to a Grass Knot. Lapras, I feel like, is a relatively heavy Pokemon. I mean, Diane, I don't like needing to risk you. So I'm not. I mean, I could use my one-time Focus Sash right? But I think that's a little excessive. Could just throw a citrus berry on you as my just in case, but I don't know. I think I'm fine bringing Sid onto the team one more time to potentially beat this. I don't need double edge, but no need for coil. No need for endure. Real run. I mean, hey, it hits Zebstrika super effectively. It does the same thing that Bouffalant would be doing. Endeavor is funny, but... Ooh, 53, 54, 55... Dude, like, look at those stats. It's such a bad Pokemon. Okay, I think this is what I gotta rock with. And then we're close to the final Pokemon. Already fought you guys, don't need to worry. Exiting out to the right. Stop, slow down. Speed up, I mean. It's fine. This isn't fine. I got rid of... I cannot afford any more mistakes like that. I was lucky I still had a flying type in my... or on my team. Okay. Portia. Oh, that's something I'm gonna not forget to do, actually. You are the last Pokemon I'm going to throw Yawn on, or throw Toxic on. Yawn is good. It's amazing, but I can always relearn it. Okay, it does discharge. Cherry Berry does come through for us. Discharges again. We don't get paralyzed the second time. Sock is our next. Going to Elio. Does Brick Break. We expected that. Psychic. Brick Breaks again. Okay, Psychic. If I want, I can keep Elio alive now, but there's very little reason to. He's not good into the Elite Four. Although, I guess I could should consider it slightly longer. Having a second Psychic type for the Elite Four could be good. Having a Rock type as well. I need to look. I mean, I should still always beat it. Then I should be good to just spam Roost. I am at risk to a crit here, but there is genuinely nothing I can do. Yep. Thank you, Sid. I could have switched, I guess, technically at the end there, but I didn't want to risk the, Ace, this is an Excadrill I can always run. Water Gem, that's great. Okay, already fought you guys. I'll just remember to get rid of Sid. I don't think it was worth preserving Elio. I don't think he's getting added to the team, but I also don't think it was awful. Okay. Goodbye, Sid. Okay, the next fight I need to worry about. I messed it up. I moved off the thing. Cliffside. Cliffside fights. OBS. Okay. We are now looking at the Beartic Throw Golurk team. Beartic Throw Golurk. I mean, probably can use our newest additions. So, feel good at least bringing Bert. Like, not fast, but like relatively fast, all things considering. Probably faster than Beartic. Can easily teach it a fighting move. At minimum, Brick Break. Not the best bulk, but I don't think that matters. So, I want you. I need you. Like, these two are great. Golurk is scary, especially since it does have Earthquake. And I don't have a safe way to switch in. Nothing wants to take a Golurk Mega Punch or a Golurk EQ. With the, I mean, Skarmory kind of walls Golurk looking at it, actually. I just gotta delete Cut. Yeah, okay. You deal with Beartic. You probably deal with Throw. Funnily enough, I could literally probably just do Solrock plus Skarmory, let Solrock die, and then Skarmory win itself, but if anything goes wrong, that's just the end of the run, you know? Rock Slide is scary as well. So. I mean, I could just use Merida in CC and a Bear Tick. It is unfortunate that I got Inner Focus on both Bert and Ernie instead of Sturdy and Guts. Like you better than Cass. Think if I need to sack something, it's you. And then in case of a bulk up sweep, I like having you as well. Items. Gotta go to the move deleter at the PWT. I'm gonna unteach Fly to Ernesto now. Is there anything else? Would be good. I want to check Bert's learn list again. I mean, like, maybe low sweep could be nice for future fights, but yeah, I think we're not doing any of those. Elio, you got anything that's fun? Could still use Explosion. It's genuinely not horrible. I forgot Miracle Eye got rid of the dark immunity. Okay, let me... I gotta check the move tutors again. I only have 2. Gosh. Next one should be in Lentamas. House. Okay. Is Icy Wind worth teaching to anyone? Could give it to Ernesto, but whoops, let me do that for now. Magnet Rise is such a comically weird move. Honestly, could be something for the go. Hyper. Let's see what can even learn Hyper Voice. Nothing. Yeah. Don't care then. Last one should be in Humalau. Humalau. Heal Bell. I truly hate grinding for shards in this game. Can I just say that? It's stupid. Move tutor moves are dumb as hell because why do I need to grind for shards for like a year and a half? I forget. Is this the generation where you can do item and then give? No. I think that's Gen 6. Okay, I gotta find a move that would be good for Ernesto. Could just say screw it and make him the newest addition to the toxic group. Charge beam doesn't actually do anything for me. You don't get pluck, right? You do get pluck. Might actually be nice to get rid of berries. I think protect, though, just to scout out moves is really nice. Okay. Let me just double check my team. Bert in front. Teach him Brick Break. Over. Quick Guard have any uses for me in the Elite Four? Sorry. Gotta check this. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, okay. No reason to keep Quick Guard then. Plus, it still wouldn't be that great. I guess maybe there was like one sucker. Yeah, there's like fake out Lightbard is like the only reason I'd want to keep it. Yeah. Go to here. All the way to the top. Well, can't use LEO anymore. Misclick, but it is what it is. Didn't even really want to use him regardless. So for this fight, I don't know, man. This is such a weird fight. I guess I'm bringing throw as well, just because it is like a pretty bulky fighting type. Yeah, we do get close combat. I wasn't sure. I'd rather just teach you Protect, Bert, if I'm gonna give you something like that. No need for reversal because we don't have whatever it's called. I'm only gonna bring them up to 57. No need for wide guard. Also, no need for reversal. Yep. I feel pretty confident in this team being able to do it, so... Whoops. We're definitely not finishing the game tonight, by the way. I hate trainers that move like that, man. It's so hard to remember the pattern. Okay. Would be good to just use Bert here. Just in case, I guess I'm gonna give him the a life orb, but I don't even think that's necessary. And then I guess I can... I don't know. Expert belt's really not gonna do much, but just in case, Ernesto, I guess you can take it. Okay. Bear tick. You always should die to close combat. Yep. Okay, Skowlerk next. Iron defense, that's fine. Forgot to reteach you protect, but I mean, I seriously doubt this thing's ever breaking through Skarm. Set up 3 layers of spikes. Should have wasted an extra turn so I could already be coming down this turn. It is guts. I did forget about that. Protect. Okay, we're fine. Could have been bad. Way less scary than that other fight. Okay, shall we go get our final Pokemon? Hey, would you look at that? I need Flash again. Oh, do I not have Surf with me right now? Okay, I just cannot take any fights right now. I don't like dark caves, so not staying in there longer than I have to. Here she is, the final member. I haven't done much. It's Faust. I've been going through Victory Road. So you truly have not missed much. For our female dragon, this will be Astrid. This is also the final catch of the run. So, actually, okay, that little bit of a lie. You have missed things. So let me just show the 3 things you missed. We have lost 3 members. We have lost Olga the Lunatone, Jafar the Seviper, and Sid the Dunsparce. These first 2, fuck them. Sid died to a crit that I could have avoided by switching into something else, but I was going to just spam Roost with him and hope that he would live. So, this one was avoidable, did not need to die. Jafar, I'm surprised. Dude got outsped while holding a choice scarf and did not one-shot either thing. And then, Lunatone. It's Lunatone. But yeah, we lost 3 members. It is what it is. Black and White 2 is crazy for its Victory Road. Like, genuinely, it's the hardest Victory Road I think I've gone through. Okay. Okay, let me... Where's OBS? When I see you at a Fast and Furious. Okay. This is our next fight. This is the main one that we have to figure out today. God damn it. Drop my controller. Everything's going wrong. Please tell me that... Okay, we're still connected to the game. Okay, so we need to find something for Unpheasant, Simipour, Bouffalon, and Emboar. Instantly, Pokemon that I'm thinking about. Biggest one is Kita. Kita has like... Oh yeah, we also caught a few Pokemon. Let me just talk about the couple of guys that we caught first. Oh, let me... Oh, sorry. The way that the Mons died. So... Lunatone deals no fucking damage. It could not beat a... I forgot the exact way that it ended up dying, but it was in a avoidable trainer fight, not even in Victory Road, I believe. Or maybe it was the first trainer in Victory Road. But it just did not kill something I thought it would kill, and then it died in one hit to crit, I'm pretty sure. A very anticlimactic death. I knew eventually someone was going to die. It happens. As for Jafar, there was a trainer that uses a Durant and a Ferrothorn. Steel Bug is Durant's type. Steel Grass is Ferrothorn's type. I assumed that Choice Scarfed Seviper would be faster than Durant, which it wasn't, and it took a Iron Head that did insane damage before one-shotting the Durant with Flamethrower. And then the Ferrothorn, which I knew had a chance to live Flamethrower, did live Flamethrower, and Jafar died to its Iron Head the turn after. Dunsparce, I will show you specifically the trainer that we were trying to beat. So this girl with the Zebstrika, the Sock, and the Starmie, I was able to get to the Zebstrika and the Sock fairly easily. They didn't like pose much of a threat. The Sock a little bit. And against the Sock specifically, my initial plan was to sack Elio. But then I was like, well, maybe I'm going to have to use Elio for the Elite Four in case something else dies. Namely, if Ernesto were to die, I wanted Soul Rock, but I accidentally overleveled Soul Rock, and so now I can't even use it. But Soul Rock was meant to... This was meant to die into the Starmie. And then against the Starmie, I was going to send in Cass to click Toxic, stall for a turn with Return, switch into Sid, and then Sid was going to spam Roosts. And for the most part, same exact thing still happened. It's just I kept Soul Rock alive, and that resulted in me not being able to burn one turn with Audino, with on Cass. And so I could not click Return. I had to switch out a turn early, and that little bit of damage that I did not deal actively is what killed Sid. So Surf crit killed Sid, but the way I could have avoided it was because I knew it was spamming Surf. I could have just switched into Chief Tui, and it always would have taken to the last Surf, and it would have died to toxic damage. So it was an overlook on my part. I just was not paying enough attention. Did not consider the crit possibility, and then it died. So yeah, that's how that happened. But we cannot dwell on the past. It's no longer a deathless run, but it still was an insane amount of time to go deathless, which I will always take. But this is the fight we now need to figure out. So let me get this there. Okay. So we are looking to defeat I can't think of his name. Hugh. Final Hugh fight / final no idea fight. Unpheasant, Semaphore, Bouffalon, Embor. This is specifically the version we're fighting, because I put my Audino over Snivy as my starter, so that Embor would be the one we would fight at the end, which in a sense is the easiest. I think Superior, in theory, would be the hardest because of its speed stat, but I think because of Skarmory, it would be easiest. But Simisear's hard. I think this is actually the hardest one to deal with, because Surf Crit is scary, Ice Beam can deal with a lot of things that you would bring against Samurott, and Revenge Crit can be scary. Also, X Scissor. Like, the Samurai would be very, very hard in this fight. Simisage a little bit less so, but it still is scary. This is maybe not the easiest. This is probably the second easiest team for us to deal with. Embor does deal a lot of damage, so you need to be careful while fighting into it. However, if you just know that you can one-shot it, or you know that you can live its attacks, it's not that bad. The main problem is, like, crit brick break is what I need to look out for going into the Embor fight. Or Embor part of the fight. On Pheasant, we need a way to one-shot, because Swagger and U-Turn can make this very scary very quickly. I also can't rely on Toxic Stalling it because it has Facade. So I need something that threatens to one-shot or one-shots on Pheasant. Simipour, I don't know. Whatever's beating on Pheasant's probably beating Simipour, which is why it's likely just a Kita angle if we're real. Like, Kita on lead, if I could find, like, an electric gem, would just go insane. But, like, even still, choice specs, teach it, discharge again. On Pheasant should die, Simipour should die, which would just leave Boufflant and Embor left. Problem is how the AI works, it will randomly select between these three, because Simipour likely will see a kill with Rock Slide, Boufflant will likely see a kill with Head Charge, and Embor will likely see a kill with Rock Slide as well. So it's inconsistent in terms of what the next Pokemon comes out to be. So I might not be able to use it for Simipour, but Simipour I know I can Toxic Stall with Alola-Mola. Alola-Mola also probably able to Toxic Stall Embor. Boufflant, it doesn't get walled by Skarmory because of Wild Charge, but it's still probably my best Mon to bring. I'll go over our new 3 amigos in a moment, because I did forget. Honestly, it sounds dumb. My best wall into Boufflant is Shuckle. So Crush actually has a reason to show up to this fight. The real answer to this fight is pre-poison Choice Scarf Heracross close combat. So if I can't figure out something else, that's what we're doing. That's still probably what we're doing regardless. There is no reason for me to risk any more Pokemon, especially when the Elite Four is right there. So, yeah. I'm not even going to consider doing anything else, really. But Shuckle will be on the team for moral support. If that's anything, you know? Go to the rare candies. Still bring Crush up. Never using Power Trick. Power Split, though, is funny. Never using Guard Split, though. Yay, 49. Stone Edge over Rock Slide in case. 2, 7. Dude, it's crazy. Level 57, still not even 100 HP for Shuckle. But, okay. Back into OBS. Move that off. So, yeah, Time to go to my favorite location and pray that a coughing wants to poison me. To Verbank! No for the Magby. No to the Growlithe. Growlithe? Thought I told you no. Okay, there's the coughing. Oh, come on! This is one with poison gas? Yes, only 2 turns. Okay. I mean, I still think it would be funny if I beat the Boufflant with Crush. So we're like full charity event. Whoops. Using it for this fight. I've decided. Merida could literally do this herself so easily that there is no point for me to do this other than to say I used a Shuckle. In a actual important fight. Okay. Choice Scarf. Give it to Merida. Max Repel. So I don't run into anything. And then there is still one trainer I've not fought on this path that I just need to be careful as I avoid. Or 2 trainers, excuse me. So this girl, who is very easy to avoid, and then there's one other guy that's very hard to avoid. But I fought most everyone. Like, fought these guys. It is this guy I need to be careful about. Yeah. I don't know what he has. I don't want to figure out what he has. I've fought everyone else already. Okay, might as well make sure that Merida's at max HP. Only way that this backfires, if Boufflant is not the last Pokemon, I don't think I'm doing this. I do not want to risk Merida in any sense, which is why I'm actually going to pump one more rare candy. Should kill on Pheasant, Simipour, Boufflant, and Emboar in one shot. If Boufflant is not the last Pokemon, I am not risking it. This is easily one of my most important Pokemon. So, for the final rival fight, because none of the other ones actually mattered that much to talk about. Let's get into it. Final battle into my rival. So, the overall plan is actually very, very simple, because once again, Heracross is completely broken. Because Guts is a completely broken ability. Being able to pre-poison something so you still can hold an item is crazy, even if that item is something as simple as a Choice Scarf. So we are literally just going to click close combat until this team dies. If something manages to live, we almost certainly are going to lose Merida. But there is genuinely, I don't think anything that is going to be living all of these close combats. With the one exception, there is a very small chance that Emboar lives. But this is the Pokemon that I just, even if Merida does die to, I need to bring it low enough because I don't have a solid answer against it. So is it enough? I think it should be, and it is. Again, Guts is an insane ability. There is no reason it should ever be this strong. But it is, so we're gonna abuse it. Next should be... Okay, it is Bouffalant next. Which is unfortunate. I was going to try and use, I mean, let me think here. Final Pokemon Simipour. I can Toxic Stall Simipour. So, instead of doing the easy way to win, we're bringing in Crush the Shuckle to say he had one thing that he got to do. Which is Click Toxic. It's to Click Toxic. Dude, if I lose this here, or lose Shuckle here, it'd be so funny. Okay, we do land the Toxic. Okay, and now that it's Toxic, it doesn't have Pursuit. I know it looks like, oh, Shuckle is gonna die anyways. But we have Kevin the Skarmory. We're not actually at risk. Wild Charge could be a little scary. If it looks like I'm going to need to sack something, I will just swap back into Shuckle. There is a chance that a Wild Charge crit could kill me. But YOLO, you know? Plus, there's a small chance this fly kills anyway. We have not the best defense Skarmory, but it's still better than not. Deal a decent chunk of damage. So long as we don't get crit. Even if we get crit, I don't think we die. Okay, we would have died if it was a crit, because I forgot this has Reckless. But it doesn't matter. So I played this fight super recklessly. Shoutouts to Bouffalant with that ability, because that's the way I was playing just now. But I wanted to be able to say, hey, the Shuckle got used. The Pokemon that very clearly there was never a reason to actually use it whatsoever gave it a reason to be used. But against Simipour, unless it has miracle type of luck, I should always be able to first wish, is a lot closer than I thought it would be. If I lose a Alomomola, it's not a big deal, but it is a little scary, Kay. Able to heal the full here. I forgot that I got rid of Protect, which is why this is scary now. There's a Surf. Don't crit. Okay, I do need to switch out. We do die to another one. And I would rather not lose my best defensive pivot right now. What is your special defense stat? 103? I mean, you're probably bulkier than you. Yeah, 103 with 159 HP. Jeez, man. Simipour is a lot stronger than I thought it would be. A small part of me is confident that it's going to click either Rock Slide or Crunch, which would let me get back into Merida. But I'm not positive. Alright, well, I'm sorry that it has to be done, but I'm not willing to risk any of my other Pokemon. Crush, you came into this fight to be a funny guy. Sadly, it is not worth risking anymore the lives of the other Pokemon on this team. So you will be sacrificed to make sure that I win this fight. And then Electro Ball should just finish off Simipour. Shuckle tried to do his job, but his job was never going to be a good thing to do. And like that, we get the Thunderbolt TM. However, that concludes Victory Road. So with Victory Road now finished, and one more guy to add to my death box, it is time to figure out what I am bringing into the Elite Four. So, the Elite Four, there are multiple... we're not looking at any of the challenge mode bits, we're looking at these ones. So, going into all of these fights, I can only bring 6 Pokemon for 5 teams. Chantel, Grimsley, Caitlyn, Marshall, and Iris. For Iris specifically, there are 2 Pokemon I almost have to bring, potentially 3. So the first one that I need to consider is one of our 3 new guys, which is Dredigan. The reason why I have to consider bringing Dredigan is because this is my only dragon type, and it is one of 3 Pokemon that can deal stab super effective damage to Iris's dragon types. The other 2 being Delibird and Lapras. Lapras in terms of bulk is really nice, but in terms of speed, it leaves a lot to be desired. It's very hard, in my opinion, to use Lapras effectively. So, but Druddigan is also slow. As sad as it is to say, Delibird is probably my best Iris answer. Once I'm able to get rid of Archeops, Aggron, and Lapras. And even then, it's not great. So I need to just fully get rid of everything on my team except the literal only Pokemon that I know I have to bring is Absol. I can use healing items in between, but I cannot go to the Pokemon Center between them. So whatever 6 Pokemon I bring, Faust, are the 6 that have to come with me. Absol, the reason we stopped risking Absol we've used Absol a handful of times, is because Absol is my best answer into Caitlyn and into Chantal. Against both of them, Absol is the needed Pokemon to deal with their teams. Against Chantal, it's actually very easy. We click Swords Dance, and then we click Night Slash, and we win. Maybe Sucker Punch into Chandelure. I mean, Sucker Punch into everything actually does do it, except Cough Courageous, which I always outspeed. So no matter what, we have to bring Absol. It is our one must bring. Next, we need to figure out something for Grimsley, because Chantal and Caitlyn are literally instantly solved with Absol. There is literally no reason to look at either of Caitlyn or Chantal at all anymore with Absol on the team. So, against Grimsley, we need one of our fighting types. Instantly, the main one that you would think of, obviously, is Heracross, because, you know, this guy has done everything for us since the beginning of getting, I guess, her. She is insanely strong. Close combat is insanely good. Pre-poison guts. It is great. There's also bonus utility of resisting Marshall's Pokemon, which is another reason to consider it. However, I should also look at my two of my other newest guys, being Throw, aka Ernie, and Sock, aka Bert. This is the one time I did not go with animated movie characters, because the two Muppets that Bert and Ernie are look so much like Sock and Throw that I have to do it every single time. The main allure of Sock and Throw are their stat lines. So this is Heracross, right? You know, 111 speed, 185 attack. Really, really good for those two reasons. But we're slightly faster with Bert, even if most everything else is worse, so could consider the speed. And then we're a lot bulkier with Ernie. Maybe not a lot, but there's a good bit more HP and a decent bit more defense, but we are significantly weaker and slower. I think it is still clear that sadly we don't use Bert and Ernie. They really exist as my, oh shoot, my Heracross died kind of Pokemon. So I think that's our second Pokemon. These two Pokemon deal with 3 of the Elite Four members. Next is easily the hardest Elite Four member to beat, which is Marshall. The reason why, Mienshau's insanely fast, also has U-turn and Regenerator so it can heal itself. Throw is pretty bulky, Sock has sturdy, Conkeldurr, if it does not die in one hit, will always kill something in return. Really, my other 4 Pokemon need to be Pokemon that do well into both Marshall and Iris. So Heracross is an added bonus into Marshall. Again, it resists fighting because of its bug typing. And it resists or goes neutral with every single move on here except for Bounce on Mienshao, which I can always switch out of. The main thing is that I need to have something that can tank any one of these hits, which means we need to bring Skarmory. There's a reason we brought Skarmory literally everywhere since we caught it. Kevin is able to just be the defensive pivot that I otherwise would not have. So this is a very easy Kevin bring. The big problem is I can't really Toxic Stall because of Guts on Conkeldurr and Throw, but that shouldn't be a problem. Trying to think what else. In terms of our main sweeper into it, I actually really like Ernesto. Ernesto is one of, if not my fastest Pokemon, with a great, it's not a great special attack stat, but there's, no special attackers that I have currently that also are fast, that also have stab, psychic, or flying moves. So I think these 3 are able to beat the Marshall fight pretty well. Also, importantly, Sigilif with Ice Beam and Choice Specs can do really good damage into Iris's team. So I think Sigilif makes a lot of sense. It's also able to bring out Pokemon that I kind of need to come out at certain times in the Iris fight, which leaves the last two. And this is like the really hard part now, is what two Pokemon can I bring to let me beat Iris? So to put in perspective, Iris, the main problem with Iris, there are exactly, I would say it's 3 Pokemon that make this hard. Hydreigon, depending on what my lead is, could be bad. Like, Hydreigon forces certain leads, which results in other Pokemon coming out in a order that I don't want to happen. So I need something that beats Hydreigon. I need something that is able to beat Haxorus, and I need something that is able to deal with the non-dragons. These 3. Archeops, Aggron, and Lapras can be insanely hard to beat. But Haxorus with Focus Sash is a huge problem as well. The easy answer is, because I will be pre-poisoned on Heracross for all of these fights, is pre-poisoned Scarfed Heracross one-shots literally every single thing except Haxorus. And if Haxorus does not one-shot me, then I just beat Iris, right? That's the easy way through. It's dumb, it's really stupid, but I think that these two do just solve a lot of other problems I have. At the very least, I'm bringing Delibird. You can't stop me. Don't say anything, Faust. It's happening. The man, the myth, the legend. The child no one thought would do anything in life shall be brought with us today. Okay, 58. Or 55, 56, 57, 58, 57, 58, 6, 7, 8, 8, no need for Razor Wind, and 8. So, before I do anything else, I need to make sure all of these movesets are correct. First and foremost, we no longer need spikes. It officially is no longer something that is needed. So I'm going to reteach Protect now on Skarmory. Am I blind? Where's Protect? There. Don't worry, Faust, I will be teaching Delibird other moves. Delibird, by level up, can only learn Present, but through TMs, it's able to get other things. Namely, Ice Beam, Blizzard. Really those. Maybe Frost Breath, which would be funny, but I'm not going to use it. Yeah, can learn Frost Breath. Okay, Thunderbolt, I don't think is actually useful. Yeah. So, I do have all the different ways to set up weather, I believe. Right? Yes. I am telling you this now. Diane is the MVP for this for more than just the reasons I've stated, and I can't go into more than that yet. I should be able to beat this tonight. Okay. Final time to Burbank City. Because I need a pre-poisoned Heracross. Magnemite. I still am going to do the full check on stuff, Faust, because there's other moves and stuff that I'm definitely going to have to teach, but... Dude, can this Magby leave me alone? This wandering child. There, finally. Alright, Coughing, let's get this in 1. Let's get this in 2. In 3. In 4. There we go. We got it in 4. Still infinitely better than the one that took us 26 turns to get poisoned. Whoops. Meant to go to the other. I do want to double check one thing, but it's too scary for me to double check it, so I'm not. Actually, I can double check it on a super early route. So, to the beginning of the game. Yippee! Wow! It's been so long since we've been here. I just have to make sure that this does work. It works. Alright, in terms of items, I can switch items around throughout everything, so it's not that important. But I need to make sure I have all my items. Oh, yeah, sorry. I forgot that it was still sitting there. Okay. So, Life Orb, very important thing to get, and the Specs, an even more important thing to take back. Before I forget... Pokemon thing. I still have the Iris thing up for me to be able to look at, but... Okay. This is going to bother me if everything's out of order, so we're going to put it back in order. In terms of our items... I need to... Okay, first one that we are going to do is Caitlyn, actually. So for Caitlyn, I need to give Diana Chesto Berry and put her up front. Caitlyn, it's a very easy fight. You'll see why very, very quickly, Faust. So there's like literally next to no risk going into that fight. And then we're going to do Chantal after. I will, don't worry. Don't worry about me, Faust. I'm not gonna... This is the run. I'm winning this run. Okay. Kevin will keep the leftovers. I'm not actually going to worry about giving you an item yet, Delibird. Because I'm not going to worry about giving these two items because I'm not going to use them until the final fight. So, for you, you are getting the choice specs. Then you have your scarf that you will need for some of these fights. I'm going to tell you this now, though, Faust. There will be losses during this Elite Four. And I'm not going to play in a way that I'm like, oh, maybe I can save them. There are specifically 3 Pokemon that I am guaranteeing you will die. And I'm not telling you which ones. You'll have to see when it happens. But I tried to save Pokemon the last time 6 years ago I got to this. Whoops, wrong thing. And it is actually what lost me the run in the Iris fight. So there will be deaths. I no longer need workup. Finally, can actually get rid of that move. Very important move to snag there. How many max elixirs? I have 2. That should be enough for what I'm doing. Then PP ups. I only need 1 on that. Need 1 on Blizzard. Probably good to give more to protect. And then luck on Kevin for a more consistent damaging move. 3 citrus berries. I have Rost berries. Okay. We're gonna save. We are going to... Dang, I forgot. I can't. Okay, that's fine. Okay. This is it. Okay, I have to do one more thought. Am I willing to have the slightest risk in this run? What is my way to pivot in the Iris fight? Alola Mola's too passive to bring. It's too passive to bring it. I need... This has to be the team. We are locked in. This is the team. Okay. First Elite Four member we are fighting is Caitlyn. She is the top right Elite Four member. I have... brought Diane with a Chesto Berry. This is not a hard fight. Okay. Okay, here we go. We are always clicking Swords Dance turn 1. Diane has a Chesto Berry for if this Musharna clicks Rest, or not Rest, if it clicks Yawn. If it clicks Reflect, we have to Swords Dance at least one more time, if not 2 more times. But here's our first one, and it clicks Charge Me. So our item doesn't even matter anymore. We are now at even though it's a very small chance, we are at risk to a potential crit. So we instantly are Night Slashing now. This should kill every single Pokemon on Caitlin's team. Reuniclus comes in next. This is her bulkiest Pokemon from my knowledge that is in now. But Musharna, Reuniclus, and Gothitelle, her ace, all have very similar amounts of bulk. So the fact that I killed Musharna means that I should be able to kill all of her team. Sigilif is the only one that should be able to outspeed me, but because it only has attacking moves, we're able to click Sucker Punch and always kill it before it's able to attack us. And then last but not least is Gothitelle. It sees our Chesto Berry. It doesn't matter. Frisk is not an ability that we care about here. I'm surprised it's faster, actually. So I guess there was a small chance I left myself open to a crit here. But realistically speaking, had I have tried spamming Sucker Punch, it could have turned into something worse. We get the crit, it never mattered. We were always killing Gothitelle there. And we are going to bring Diane up to level 59. This is fine. The level cap starts at the beginning of the Elite Four. So long as everything at 58 or lower at the start of my first Elite Four battle, leveling up is A-okay. So that is the first fight down. To answer your question, its ability is Pressure. Pressure does nothing. Pressure makes it on so where when they use certain moves, it gets rid of 2 of their PP instead of 1. It really does not matter. So we no longer need the Chesto. We now are instead giving Diane the Rost Berry. This is because the next fight we are going to do is Chantal. Oh, I did not consider that. Yeah, I need to be very careful with my heals. I did not consider that I did not buy Hyper Potions or Super Potions for Heracross. Okay, Chantal is in the leftmost. This is the Ghost Room. Very, very similarly to why can't I think of her name? Similarly to Caitlin, Chantal is not going to be that big of a problem for us. There will be 2 Pokemon that will be able to deal damage to us potentially. However, one is through an ability that should never end up killing me, and the other one is unlikely to go for it. I do have enough heals. I don't have enough heals for Heracross. That was the one problem I did not think of. Is Heracross specifically, I cannot use a full restore, or it'll get rid of poison. So it's not going to be a big problem. It just means that I need to be careful with healing Heracross and only use my, like, those heals for Heracross. But it shouldn't be a problem. Okay. Double checking one last time that I put the correct item on. Whoops. Raspberry is equipped. In terms of the other Pokemon here, should never have to use anything. Okay. Second fight into Chantal. Okay. Cofagrigus is her first Pokemon. The reason why we are okay with this, Psychic deals no damage to us, Shadow Ball is resisted, Grass Knot will do pitiful damage because Absol is not a very heavy Pokemon, and we will always cure Will-O-Wisp, the only move that it realistically goes for here, with our Rostberry. So we Swords Dance turn 1 again. It uses Shadow Ball, which is actually a good thing because it means if a certain Pokemon that can come in comes in later or earlier than expected, we're not opening ourselves up to another potential problem. Losing our ability does not matter because our ability did not matter in the first place with Absol. Golurk is next. I do want to just double check one thing because I forget it is okay. In Gen 5, Sucker Punch is 80 base power, which is 10 more than Night Slash. I am still confident Night Slash would kill, however, if there is even the smallest chance that Golurk lives a Night Slash but would have died to a Sucker Punch, I'm going to click the move that does more damage here. It only has attacking moves. It was forced to use an attacking move there, and it's going to end up going down. We also don't need Sucker Punch PP after any of these fights. Not really, so we're fine with using it. Chandelure comes in third. Chandelure's ability is Flame Body. Flame Body theoretically could have also burned me, which is why we're glad Cofagrigus did not use Will-O-Wisp turn 1, because had Chandelure come in and had I have gotten burned here, there is a small chance that I would not have been able to kill the final Pokemon, but because of our held Rostberry, even if Flame Body occurs right now, which it doesn't, even if it did though, we would have been able to deal with the Drifblim in back. That brings Diana up to level 60. It wants to learn me first, which we are not going to teach it. This is a very funny move though, and theoretically, there is a use for it. However, we are not the fastest Pokemon, and it is unlikely that the moves that we are going to want to me first actually end up occurring, so we are not going to learn it. However, it is a very funny move, and it technically has like 2 uses that I could have used it for, but Drifblim is last. Drifblim also, I believe, should end up outspeeding me, so I am forced to Sucker Punch again. And this is the only other Pokemon that would have been able to deal any damage to us, thanks to its ability Aftermath, where we're going to take 25% of our health here. But because we have more than 25% of our health, we will never die to Aftermath. We always kill Drifblim, and that is the second fight done. Chantel is gone. Now, to be fair, those were definitely our easier 2 fights. The reason we did those first, though, is because these next two fights can be a lot harder. Next fight specifically, is going to be tough. Heracross is going to get low, but it should not die. But if it dies, we are still fine. We are fine if this is the last fight Merida is part of. In terms of our items here, though, this is where it's important to give Diane the Focus Sash, as well as, I believe, I don't know if it gets this, but if it does, I'm going to teach it to it. I don't think it learns Brick Break, but if it does, I'm teaching it. Okay, it does not. Wait, Delibird learns Brick Break? I mean, I could. Second. Toss up between you two. Yeah, okay. We should not be losing Heracross in this fight. Double check one last time that I have the right item equipped. We do. Okay. We're doing Grimsley next because I need to have as many Pokemon for Marshall and obviously Iris, but Marshall is the one Elite Four member where things can go bad very, very quickly. Okay. Grimsley is next. The reason why Grimsley is a little bit scarier than both Chantal and Caitlyn is twofold. First and foremost, his lead Pokemon Liepard has Fake Out, has Aerial Ace, has Attract, and has Night Slash. Now, Heracross is faster thanks to its Choice Scarf, but Fake Out will still come out, which means we are going to take 2 turns of Poison Chip instead of 1. Unless it doesn't use it, and then it just instantly dies, because it probably saw a kill with Aerial Ace. So, I'm a lot less scared now. I really thought it was going to Fake Out. First turn of Poison. Bisharp comes in second because it also has Aerial Ace. This is a good thing because we're able to kill her Ace. Also killed the only Pokemon where, depending on boosts and crits, could have resulted in us losing another Pokemon. We want to see Scrafty next, ideally, but Crocodile's fine. Scrafty is next. Scrafty dies in one hit as well. And then last but not least is Crocodile. Also, the reason why we wanted to see Crocodile last is because it has Intimidate. But with Guts, that Intimidate is essentially doing nothing. And with how strong Close Combat is and how strong Heracross is, this still should always die. And that's third fight down. 3 sweeps. Okay. Importantly, we did not take a ton of damage there. So I can heal Heracross using a Super Potion and some Oran Berries. Okay. Marshall is terrifying, though. If anything can go wrong in any fight, this is the one where things can go wrong the fastest, the easiest. So, I know I'm holding the choice specs. I'm actually not going to be using that item here the more I think about it. Instead, we are going to use the life orb on Sigilith. The reason being is Sock. Sock has Sturdy and has the move Retaliate. Retaliate does double damage the first turn a Pokemon is sent out if a Pokemon on a previous turn fainted. So instead of a 70 base power normal type move, it turns into a 140 base power move. I'm going to say this now. Ernesto is almost certainly dying in this fight. We are fine with it. If we can keep Ernesto alive, we will. But I am not risking another Pokemon for Ernesto. This was the only other reason why I maybe should have kept Spikes, was to break Sturdy on Sock. The reason I am not doing that is because Skarmory, I do not think, is able to 1v4 this team. And I did not want to have to switch Skarmory partway out because I need it for the second half of this team. So, if I need to sacrifice Ernesto here for my team to be able to get through this fight, I am going to. Okay. His lead is going to be Throw. Throw has Guts, but it has no way to be able to activate Guts. It doesn't have an item, and I'm not going to status Throw at all. So, a Life Orb boosted Psychic should be more than enough to kill here. Okay, well, I was wrong, but we live, so it doesn't matter. We're killing ourselves to life. Again, if anything could have gone wrong in this fight, or in any of the fights, this is the one where it can. This just got a lot worse for us very fast. So this is why we brought Kevin. That's why I should have just kept it with Scarf, by the way. But it's too late now. We made the mistake. What comes in next? It is Mienshao. It is very likely clicking High Jump Kick. We need to have it deal over half of its health to itself. Does use High Jump Kick. Not willing to risk anything else. So I'm going to use Pluck. Please miss. Doesn't miss. Don't crit. We live. We want to see Conkeldurr next. Okay, that's good. That's really good for us. I need to use Pluck here. This will steal its Citrus Berry and heal us a lot more. Tries to use Hammer Arm and it misses, which is very good for us. I'm gonna Pluck again. This should bring it just above 50%. We should live this hammer arm. Leftovers will bring us just slightly over. I'm going to protect this turn. That might allow us to live one more hammer arm. I need to look at... I have to do this. I can't risk Kevin. This is why Heracross was our best fighting type to bring here. We use Aerial Ace to not lower our defenses so that maybe we can live against Sock. But if Merida goes down, she did her job. I should have stuck with my gut and left the choice specs on whatever it's called. We are likely going to die to retaliate right now, but this is what I have to do. Let's fucking go, man. Missed Rock Slide. Oh my god. Oh my god, that makes the Iris fight so much better for me. But it was fine. I still could beat the the Iris fight with Heracross dead. There was a genuine chance I would not be able to beat it with Skarmory dead. Holy shit. Okay. Super potions for Merida specifically. Then Oran Berries. Full restore for Kevin. Ernesto was the first planned death. I knew it was going to happen. I need to figure out what's best to have my choice scarf on, because there are 3 Pokemon that want it. And then one of these 2 will always get my Focus Sash. And I think it's got to be you. Before I do anything else. Bucks needing to make it be the same thing that... Oh, dude, I cannot tell you how scared I am right now, Faust. What are your moves again? I'm taking so long looking at everything. This is the problem. Had I found a way to keep Ernesto alive, light screen and reflect would have been amazing in this final fight. Believe. I am glad I was able to keep the focus sash. Sorry, I'm talking to myself. I need to hard focus right now to figure this shit out. Okay, go on. If I do this. I think I have to keep the choice scarf on Heracross. There's no way I win this without it. With luck, I do this with 2 Pokemon. There's a genuine chance I'm able to just win this with 2 Pokemon. If needed, there is a 3rd Pokemon that God, I hope, is able to do its fucking job. You get that now, because that's probably the best thing I can give you. What was I thinking about with no, it's okay. Diane's backup, Jack Frog's backup. Kevin is my in case of emergency fucking button. To not hold. That's the item you're getting. That's the item you're getting. Another Chesto item. Or berry. To deal with you, just in case. Fuck, what moves did I get rid of? I should have got rid of Sucker Punch. I still have Night Slash, though. Okay, last thing. Healing items, Max Elixir. Did I already use it on you? I must have. Who else then needs PP? Is there anyone that loses this if they're not at max? You've only lost 2 protects and 4 plucks, you're fine. Probably you. Just in case. I need more sucker punches, just in case. This seems silly. Those might help. That might help. That might help. And those might help. And then if I can get these off too. Okay. Should be all my possible stat boosts. The final question is if I ever equip the red card. Don't think I do. Okay. Okay. That should be it. We're gonna use speed up because this fucking tower takes 1,000,000 years to go down. I have the right item, right? Final double check. Everyone needs the right item. Scarf, sash, leftovers, ice gem, chesto. Could consider life orb on something, but I don't think it's needed. Still poisoned. Full 1 PP for the cat. There's a small chance that this goes haywire instantly. It's a very small chance, but I think it. I don't wanna try a different strat, because the other strat is even sketchier. The one thing that might happen, there is potentially one Pokemon that even with Choice Scarf Terracross somehow outspeeds. It shouldn't. But there is the smallest chance it can. Every other Pokemon dies, gets brought down to 1, or I can deal with later. This is... okay. It. Hydreigon, 98 base speed. It is not fast enough to be able to outspeed me with a Choice Scarf. No item, does not matter what it dies to close combat. This should be bringing out Archeops next. Take a little bit of poison damage, that's fine. Archeops is next. This is the only Pokemon that I need to consider switching out of now to hold on to Heracross for other Pokemon, potentially. There is the smallest chance that this thing outspeeds me. I don't think it ever should, though. Let me double check my speed. 115... So, like, about 170 something, probably. 177, I believe, if I'm doing my math right. Or maybe more, I don't know. If I lose Heracross now, can I still win the fight? That's the question I need to ask myself. I know Heracross can do it if it doesn't die to Archeops right now, and I don't want to chance it. I believe I outspeed it with it, but I'm not chancing it. Okay, here's Rock Slide. It's going to do a lot to Skarm. I'm able to Toxic. I need to get it below half HP. I also need to remember that Iris has full restores. One thing of pluck. If it goes below half, I'm switching. Does not go below half. I still have to consider switching. Always be Acrobat, or always be Rock Slide. Acrobatics should not be able to find the kill. It's not the Pokemon I want to make this play, but it's the Pokemon I have to make this play. I still, if there's even the smallest chance it was randomly going for Acrobatics, okay, I would have been fine. Maybe not though, crit. Do I think Iris is healing? I have to act like yes, always. Doesn't heal. I'm fine with, okay, that's fine. Diane can go down. She did her job earlier. Archeops goes down here, thank God. Okay, it is random what's coming out next. But it shouldn't matter. It's Druddigan. Good. Druddigan is not bulky enough to survive this. Close combat. Should always kill. We want to hopefully see Lapras and Aggron in before Haxorus. But if we see Haxorus, we just have to fight it. Okay. And we're hoping to see Lapras before we see Hax. But there's a chance it's Haxorus. It's Lapras. That's the guaranteed win. If she went Haxorus, there was still a small chance we could have lost. Okay. Because even though Haxorus has a Focus Sash, even though Haxorus has Dragon Danced, so long as I am breaking the Focus Sash here, goes to Focus. Merida, you've done much for us, girl. Rest in peace. Because that... Okay, first I have to do this. Because this is the Pokemon more likely to live. But if this does not work, I have to go into the other. Because there's the full restore. And this is the Ice Gem boosted Ice Beam. That should one-hit KO. It's over. I finally fucking beat this run. 6 years ago, almost to the date, I tried this run 2 separate times. The first time, it lost in the Colress fight. The second time, it lost into Iris. But third time is the fucking charm. So many fights took so much planning just to minimize the risk of losing the 3 Pokemon I needed. All right. May I introduce the Elite Six that allowed me to win? First and foremost, Merida, the MVP of the whole run. Second, Jack, who did not need to show up but did have a reason to be there. 3 is Kevin, another GOAT, our defensive beauty. 4th, Ernesto, kinda failed at his job. 5th, Jack Frost, the one that needed to take the final KO. And last but certainly not least, Diane, who fucking swept 2 Elite Four members and gave me the free switch back into Heracross. Not tell you how fucking hard this run was, man. I know that it looked super easy because Merida's the fucking GOAT, but we have to consider, first and foremost, we have to consider we could have gotten a Heracross that had Swarm and not Guts. Had that have been the case, all of those sweeps that we were able to do would not have occurred. All right, let me just do one more save to be sure. So, not only hold on. Is that the one? Yeah, that's the one. Okay. So first and foremost, not only did Heracross need Guts, that was the main one. That is like what allowed us to win this run. Guaranteed, or not guaranteed, but like get us through so many more fights that otherwise would have been way too fucking hard. Let me just real quick double check something. I needed specifically one of the few things that I realized I had not done in my first playthrough. Despite the fact that I actively gave it a worse ability for this run, I needed to get Eep when I did. To put in perspective, right? There are things called hidden grottos. We were using it all the fucking time. It's what allowed us to get Ditto, allowed us to get Bouffalon, allowed us to get. I think there was one more Pokemon that I'm just blanking on right now, but they Pinsir, that was the other one. They allow for you to get Pokemon that you sometimes otherwise can't get or won't get until a later encounter. Bouffalon in the wild, not in a hidden grotto. Hidden grottos give you the Pokemon's hidden ability. Bouffalon's hidden ability is Soundproof. Soundproof is a dog shit ability in Nuzlocke because very few Pokemon use sound-based moves. The literal only move since I caught Bouffalon that was a required fight that would have forced me, or not forced me, I could have used Soundproof, was against Iris's Lapras, who had Sing. That is the only sound move from when I caught Eep until the end of the game was the literal final fight on Sing, which is something that I could have just given a Chesto Berry to. So why would I catch this early then if Soundproof is so bad? Because I otherwise would have had to wait until Victory Road to have caught this, or technically Route 23, but that's essentially Victory Road. So why catch Bouffalon early? The reason is because this Pokemon is the fucking reason why the Colress fight, and to a lesser extent the Ghetsis fight, I was able to do Deathless. Bouffalon is strong as hell and bulky as hell and learns Bulldoze. Without Bouffalon, without my Queen Eep, the true hidden gem of this entire run, without her, without Bulldoze, I don't beat Magneton effectively. I don't beat Magnezone effectively. And into Ghetsis, I don't beat Electros effectively. I know early on in the Colress fight, I was like, well, Eep, I'm sorry. I'm fine if you die to Explosion right now. And I was fine with it because I was confident enough that I could have beaten Ghetsis with the other Pokemon I had. However, the fact that I did not need to have her die, even with a suboptimal ability, because the other two abilities I could have gotten. Let me just real quick double check this. Let me Gen 5 Hidden Grotto. Scroll. I passed it. Pinwheel. 23, 22, 18, 13. Route 9. So, Bouffalon, its two normal abilities are Sap Sipper, which, to be fair, would not have changed much. But there are definitely more grass moves, and getting a +1 attack boost can be very useful. It's just the Pokemon I was fighting, there were very few grass types that I didn't have an answer for already. But I could have gotten Reckless, which would have boosted moves like Head Charge by 20%. Head Charge is a 120 base power move. It would have gone to 144 base power before considering Stab, which would have been another 1.5 times boost. And then I could have given Eep like a Life Orb or something. So Eep would have been dealing significantly more damage than she was had I given her or had I waited and caught her later and gave her Reckless. But that would have been after the Colress fight, which would have resulted in the Colress fight being way harder, which would have resulted genuinely in me feeling like I would have had to bring Heracross to the fight, which could have resulted in Heracross death early. If Merida dies early there, I'm screwed. But let me throw my fallen. Oh, whoops! I did not mean to put you in here. You lived. The fallen. So those in Disguise, we have the 3 that died to random trainers. The one that died in the rival fight, because I thought it would be funny to bring him to the rival fight. And then the 3 that the 2 that did something, and Ernesto, who could have done something, but I second guessed myself, and it resulted in making the Marshall fight way harder. Not only that, I trusted Alola Mola a lot more this run than in my previous ones. To put in perspective, the last time I tried this run was when Gen 8 just came out, like when Sword and Shield came out, which was way before I knew what Alola Mola's stat line really was like, how bulky this Pokemon really is. Even without Regenerator, I think Alola Mola was a secret MVP. Zangoose as well, I was able to use. Had Merida died earlier, this would have been what we were bringing into a lot of those Elite Four fights, because Zangoose does pretty much the same thing Heracross does, but slightly weaker, but also slightly faster. So like this could have been a good enough substitute. The main problem is when you get down to. Yeah, that's the other thing. Now, I will say this. The reason I was fine with losing Heracross in the Marshall fight, and why I then pivoted to Heracross being the leader of the Iris fight, is that for the Iris fight, it was completely doable. With between Absol, Skarmory, Jack Frost, and Jack. It was still doable. It was the backup plan that I had, but every plan relied on Skarmory. I could have sacrificed Ditto. I could have sacrificed Delibird, but considering the full restore that Iris has, considering a bunch of other things, like what would have been the case is Ditto would have got the choice Scarf, so that I could have copied into something and then it would always be faster, namely the Haxorus at the end. And then I would have either dual chopped if it still had the Focus Sash intact, or Earthquaked if it didn't, /X Scissor. And then if Aggron was still around and Lapras were still around, I would have just kept clicking Earthquake. And then with because I had yet to teach Hail or Thunderwave, Swords Dance Knight / Sucker Punch still could have maybe gotten me there. Toxic Stalls could have got me there with Skarmory. Like, I still had ways to win without Heracross, so long as Skarmory is still alive, because I need Skarmory as a defensive pivot in that fight, because of Pokemon like Archeops. But and even then, looking back on it, I think Skarmory should have died in the Marshall fight, and I should have kept Heracross. I made a mistake in that fight, but at the time, thinking about my strategy, I thought that that was the better play to go. It just so happened to be that play would have resulted in me losing my best Pokemon into that final fight. So yes, the Rock Slide miss was truly amazing. There was a very small chance I could have lived Rock Slide and poison damage, but it was not looking good. Had it clicked Retaliate, I guess also same thing, small chance I could have lived both, but realistically, I should have died. So, that's that fight. That's the run. That's the whole run. So, it's 2 a.m. I have work tomorrow. I don't want to play Guilty Gear. I don't know the next time I'm going to stream. It's probably going to be a little bit. I want to figure out something unique. But, yeah, I gotta do a lot of things in the next month and a half, so not gonna be a lot of streams. I'm gonna try to make sure that I'm at least doing one every other week for the next month and a half. But even then, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to, because my life's about to get very, very hectic very, very quickly. Because moving, finding a new job when I move, putting in my 2 weeks notice for my current job, in figuring out a date that I'm able to either have my dad help me move with his trailer or have my brother help me move with my dad's trailer and we just borrow it for a weekend, or have to get a U-Haul, or a bunch of different things that can just result in a prolonged absence from me. Especially with I'm trying to edit, or I'm going to be editing this video now, the whole run as a video. I'm going to be probably going through and finishing. I still need to finish the script for my Unica video that I've been working on, which is close to being done, but still, I mean, it's a guide. It takes a lot of thinking about to do that. I potentially am going to be making one or two other montages still for some Guilty Gear stuff. And I'm working on figuring out what my next run will be. However, I will say this: once I move, I am very likely switching these from YouTube to Twitch. I'm not positive I'm going to do it yet, but I've been doing everything on YouTube just because I have everything on YouTube and it's set up. Also, I know as a viewer, the lack of ads that YouTube has for streams is really, really nice. But the problem is YouTube discoverability in a category is literally non-existent unless you already follow that person. It is genuinely impossible to find new streams on YouTube without like specifically looking for like a streamer in a specific game and again still knowing that person already. You kind of have to know what some like the person before you're able to really start watching a YouTube stream, and it's very very annoying. Um, and so I will say this, Faust. There is a level. I will not stream on Kick, but that is due to Kick as a whole being very very weird. Um, between leadership, between the notable people on Kick, between the community that Kick breeds. It is not a platform that I want to grow on, nor can see myself grow on. Most streamers, like 90% of them that make YouTube, stream on either YouTube or Kick or both. I'm not going to be streaming on both because that's a headache in and of itself to set up that I don't really understand. I know it's a little annoying to move it over to Twitch, but yeah, I know that in terms of growth, Twitch, once you have like even a small following, you are so much easier to find on Twitch for new people specifically. And then I'll probably, I don't know, I might still make like a VOD channel or something like that. I don't know. I'm trying to like slowly grow my YouTube stuff, right? And part of that is if I want more people to see me when I'm live and then want to check out my YouTube, it's better to be on the platform where more people will see me than the platform where it's harder for people to see me. I don't know how much of that makes sense, but I think I explained that decently well. So, but yeah, long story short, not going to be a lot of streams in the future. When I come back to streaming, it'll probably be on my Twitch. I will make a post about that at some point because I need to like go through my whole Twitch everything and figure all that shit. So, um, thank you, Faust. I have deeply enjoyed having you in my streams. Um, I obviously, yeah, with you about to start university, with me doing a big, big move, and not knowing future state of my channel, where I'm streaming, all that other stuff, I get it. I get having a pseudo goodbye. But you know, if you ever have time to jump into a stream, would appreciate it. If not, I fully understand. If you ever leave a comment on a video, know that I will always read it. I read all of the comments on my videos, even if I don't reply to most of them. I do read them. I do notice it. I notice every like. I notice every view. I notice everything anyone does because it is a truly cool and special thing to be able to make something and have people see it and have them enjoy it. It's a very enjoyable feeling. I don't take it for granted. I don't I do this as a hobby. You know, I work a full job. I don't make a lot at my job, but I work a job to be able to stay afloat. But I know that I have a lot of big decisions that I got to be making within, if not these next 2 weeks, it's the 2 weeks after. But yeah. So, and then if like I do anything very specific, Fouls, yeah, I can message you through like Twitter and things like that. So, yeah. But thank you for watching, Faust. If anyone else stopped by and just lurked, I truly appreciate it as well. But this is gonna be the last stream potentially for a little bit. So yeah, thank you.